one thing that I do is when I get extra cash, I do a one-time payment, and I'll pay like $600 extra, or I'll put $1,000 right down on principal.
Right.
That's something I should keep doing.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Okay. So if you were to go to the gas station and pay $300, do you want to know how much gas you're getting for your $300?
Yes.
So when you pay an extra 300 or an extra $1,000 to your car loan, do you know how much interest you're saving?
No.
Oh, so you're just giving it to them and they don't even have to tell you what you're saving?
That's what's happening. I was thinking it's a good idea, but now it's sounding like maybe it's not.
Well, what we want to do is find out the right amount so you can save the most amount of interest per dollar, right?
Okay, so you're saying if I actually use a precise amount, if I have extra to pay, put a certain amount in rather than over or under to be the most efficient.
Don't we want to be the most efficient in anything that we do?
Absolutely.
May I ask, so what do you do for a living right now? May I ask?
Sure. I work for a natural gas company
And
on the construction side.
okay, so you on a construction site.
Yes.
Okay, so don't they have to keep track of expenses on the construction site?
Absolutely.
So listen, this job should take X amount of dollars to complete and X amount of days. Well, dang it, you guys are spending X amount of dollars and you're 3 months overdue. Is somebody upset?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you should be upset anytime you give money to the bank. When you find out I'm actually saving less per dollar when I'm paying this amount, I want to pay the amount that's going to save me more per dollar. And that's how we get out of debt. That's what the experts aren't teaching us, Joseph. And I wouldn't expect you to know the answer to that. You know why? Because it's not taught at any level of financial education. You know, the only place on Amazon that this is taught? My book.
Your book.
Let's put the book on the screen, folks. Go to ice10k.com. So listen, we have the reports tab up top right now. But if you go to ice10k.com, you will find the link that says you can get the book. All right. And you can find the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Both of them right there so that you can start saving money like nobody's business in a way that is designed for you to save money so that when you pay your money, you are going to get the biggest bang for your buck. All right. Who wants to get less service for the money they pay? All right. Nobody wants to get less gas. Listen, you don't want to pay your money for the cell phone and say, you know what? We were giving you unlimited data before, but now you only get 2 gigs of data. All right. For the same money. You know, when you're getting your cable, I don't know if you got cable, you know, you pay your money, you get 260 channels for this amount of money. Now you only get 5. Listen, whatever we pay our money for, we want to get the most benefit. And folks, when it comes to loans, you want to know how much interest you're paying to get that loan. So what you want to do is see how you can use your current budget to pay a lot less interest. So if you can get your truck, okay, you're supposed to pay about $6,000 in interest. But if you can use the same budget using the same loan, so you can pay $1,000 less interest, Joseph, wouldn't that be better than trying to finagle and see how I can refinance and start the whole process over again? You know, time at the bank, filling out applications.
Yes, that would be amazing.
All right. So now, folks, don't get me wrong here. Some people would need to refinance because of their financial situation and they need a better payment. I'm not talking about you. Who I am talking to are the people that are okay with their payment. They can easily make their payment, but they're trying to effect some sort of savings. And they think by automatically lowering the interest rate is going to give them savings without them doing the math involved. Why don't we find out how we can use interest cancellation techniques to lower the amount of interest that we pay with the actual loans that we have before we look at refinancing, before we look to the bank to do us a favor. Folks, banks are businesses. They're not our friends. Okay? I love the bank, but the bank's not my friend. Why do I love the bank? Because they have money. Why do I love the bank? Because I borrow their money. Why do I love the bank? Because I borrow their money at a discount. I get it at 75% off. Whatever rate they're giving me. I don't care. I don't care about the rate. I care about cost, interest cost. And listen, and as the higher the interest rate these days, I can lower my cost because of how amortization actually works. Listen, I'm getting ready to show you here in just a few minutes how you can use a higher interest rate to actually save you more money. Joseph, do you have any other questions for us today?
That was my main question, and I really appreciate your help.
Listen, Joseph.
I will definitely be reaching out.
Joseph, that's why we're here, man. We want people to know the truth about these loans, and we've been getting bad information for a very long time.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life, and it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.